another episode of Ghost Life News. It's your boy, Daki. The name is spelled D-R-K-I, and then you know it's double E. Trust me, whenever I say this, I'm so happy to be in your faces. Today's a bright afternoon, and obviously, I'm sure you guys are having an amazing day, either at work, at home, or whatever stuff you're doing. Make sure you have an amazing time doing all of that. Anyways, welcome to Ghost Life News, where we'll bring you updates, Christian music, and that is across the country. Wizkid, Ayo Balogun, an amazing guy, is back in the country. We would have wanted to be back for maybe a show or something, but sad enough, Wizkid is back for the final passing of his mom. The burial is taking place beginning from tomorrow, and then Wizkid is in the country to make sure that he fulfill his rights to his mom. And amidst all the tears and sadness, Wizkid is back, and I'm sure his fans are happy to see that, mashallah, is back in the country. All of that, I'll bring them to you in a bit. But in the meantime, please stay with us as we begin today's news with Burna Boy, an amazing guy. He calls himself the ODG, that's Odogu, and then he's doing so well for himself. We saw Lil Durk coming out to announce that All My Life remix will be out, and then he has Lil Durk, obviously, Stray Kids is going to be on it, Burna Boy, and J. Cole. And then we saw Lil Durk saying, "From Chicago to the world, need you all to film me on this remix. Let's keep the positivity going. Remix pack dropping on Friday. Shout out to Burna Boy, shout out to Real Stray Kids, shout out to Real Cole World, talking about J. Cole, and then their countries are kept in front. For Burna Boy, we have Nigeria, and that's why we're proud to be called the Nigeria guys, the Nigerian guys. Oh, we don't relent till we get what we want. I'm ready for Burna Boy, and we can't wait to see the way he sounds on Lil Durk, All My Life remix. Moving on, we saw recently Burna Boy was on a podcast or radio station where he came out to say he doesn't like people on Twitter. He doesn't even like Twitter in the first place. He feels Twitter is the most toxic place ever. I'm not going to lie to you. I sincerely feel like, indeed, Twitter is one of the most, not one, if not the most toxic place ever you can find yourself in the world. Burna Boy said, "I used to think it was just Nigerians on Twitter that were just mad." So basically, Burna Boy is saying, in his thoughts, he used to believe that maybe only Nigerians were the mad ones on Twitter. But then he said he has been to Kenya, it's the same thing. He has been to Ghana, it's the same thing. And then he said, even in the US, it's worse in the US because in the US, they have like different segments, different set of people who are coming up against you. Like someone can set up a community on Twitter just to finish you, and they will do it in less than 6 hours. So he's saying, trust me, with all I've seen on Twitter, he doesn't like Twitter people at all. And Burna Boy, right when he said that, he was so spot on because where is the lie in that statement? But anyways, Nigerians will always come forward to say, why would you say you used to think Nigerians were mad on Twitter? Well, the question is, if you look at it, I would not doing so much on Twitter, sincerely. But anyways, Burna Boy said that, and on a podcast, obviously, and it brought about a lot of conversation back and forth. But regardless, in no talk, he have said it again. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy 23. I've just surpassed 23 million streams on Spotify. This was so strategic because the song is 23 and now I've just surpassed 23 million streams on Spotify. We saw See the God came out for the BET Hip Hop Award, one of the biggest radio presenters in the UK, coming out to speak about, was asked a question saying, which artists don't leave your playlist? And then he came out to say, of all the artists in the world, but then Burna Boy and Ashake, he called him Ashake rather. He said Burna Boy and Ashake are guys he listened to, and then he said they love listening to songs from this part of the world and all of that, the renovation, the inventions and all of that, the different sounds, and that's why Burna Boy and Ashake are always on this playlist. Moving on, we saw last recently or some minutes ago just surpassed 330 million streams on Spotify. That's an amazing one. Surpassing 330 million streams just shows that you have done something amazingly well on that project. Last, you don't cast, last, everybody go chop breakfast. Shayo, one of the biggest songs of last year, and then that song currently to date is still doing good numbers, and people are still vibing, listening, and enjoying the song for Burna Boy called Last. Moving on, we have Wizkid, Ayo Balogun, one of the greatest there is that ever came out from this part of the world, an amazing guy who has done Africa so much proud and then done himself proud and make sure Nigerians have been on the biggest stage in the world. Moving on, we saw recent, just some months ago where he lost his mom, and ever since that happened, this kid has postponed all the tours he had slated for the month or for the year, and this kid has been very, very quiet, just coming out on few occasions. And then we saw where he even had to put his mom as his display picture, as his DP, which is probably called the display picture on his Instagram, and it just shows that Wizkid really misses his mom. And then you could see the heartbreak emoji with the bed. It just shows that indeed you can say that Mashallah is emotional regarding his mom. I also saw the proceedings which came out recently, how the list of events that will be taking place, and there was sure that the wake and tribute will be happening on the 12th day of October. That's on Thursday tomorrow. It's going to be taking place at Balmoral Federal Palace Hotel at Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos, and that's it will be the beginning of the transition of Wizkid's mom and putting her, burying her, and all of that. And Wizkid is saying, the family are saying, it's going to be beginning from tomorrow on the 12th day of October, and then the funeral service will be on the 13th day, that's on Friday, and then on same October, but then beginning from 10 a.m. at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, City of David, COD Church Roads, also in Victoria Island. And they are saying for these 2 days, we're going to be making sure the family fulfill all their rights to Wizkid mom for the slated days, 12th of October and then 13th day of October. Wizkid is in the country, and then we saw how the event has taken place. We saw Wizkid arriving with series of security men, from the army officials to the civil defense and all of that. They all were present to make sure that Wizkid was highly protected, obviously, from maybe from France infringement, all of these. But the big picture is that Wizkid is in the country, and to fulfill his right to his mom. We all know Wizkid misses his mom, and it must really be in serious pains. And we pray that God grant them fortitude to bear that great loss. We say amen to that. And the good thing about this is the fact that Wizkid can still maintain a smile amidst all of this. It just shows how strong of a man this guy has been. Moving on, we have Davido as the next guy on the news. We saw Davido posting this picture at the point where he wore the black suit, and with a smiling face to just show that I don't even know how to feel at this point. But amazing want to see Davido smiling again, and for reason best known to him, he actually posted this, and there was no direct caption to explain what he felt at the time. And moving on, we saw where Adewale Adeleke and Davido brother coming out to say, "We thank God." And this was coming amidst all the conversation about Davido giving birth to twins at the time, and he came out to say, "We thank God," to prove that yes, it did happen, and that we are thanking God for all of that. And when he made this post on Twitter, it confirmed a lot of speculations, and people now said, indeed, Davido has given birth to a set of twins. Moving on, we saw OVA of Not Just Okay also coming out to say, confirmed, Davido and Chioma double blessing. And then we saw this image that has been flying everywhere since yesterday, the image of Davido and Chioma on the hospital bed. One big video that might look as a recent one, because obviously in time past, Davido doesn't look like he has this much of a bed, but it's one that made it believe like with this bed we're saying, it just could be a recent one. But apparently, Davido came out to say, stop circulating old pictures. Thank you. So obviously, Davido is saying this picture is an old one and people should stop circulating all of this. But at the same time, this is not what is trending. What is trending is that Davido has given birth to a set of twins. And the question still remains, is that true or not? Davido has not answered that. All he have said is stop circulating old pictures. But with all indications, it's looking like yes, it's true, because he did not deny all of that. Moving on, we have the Afro Nation, who they've been on conversation like ever since they announced their price ticket and all of that. People call them out for being too expensive and all of that. But we saw where they actually reviewed the price, and then they had three categories. They had VIP, they have the general admission plus, and then they had the general admission. For general admission, the price remains at $30. That's about 23,000 naira for a 2 days ticket. For the general admission plus, that's about $40. That's about 31,000 naira. And then for the 2 days festival VIP ticket, it's beginning from $299. That's about 230,000 naira. And then all of these are starting from. So obviously, these are not like the fixed prices for all of these tickets and all of that. But as we speak, We have general admission tickets already sold out, as said by the team. Afro Nation are saying we have 3 tickets available. We have VIP, general admission plus, and general admission. But just so you know, you can no longer purchase general admission anymore because it's a sold out one. So we just have general admission plus and VIP. In case you forgot the price, the GA plus goes for 31,000 naira, and then the VIP goes for 230,000 naira, starting from these prices. So if you want to go for the show, please get a ticket now before these prices go higher than all of these. Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of this one, and trust me, guys, when I say it, we'll catch you guys on the very next one. Please stay safe, guys, and always remember, you have to be very careful. I love you.